Welcome to a new episode of Metal Weekly, the series where I talk about some cool albums you may have missed from the past week. Again, like last week, there's a mixed bag, couple of different genres on this list. We've got metalcore, death metal, couple of black metal, and also a weird rock album. But stay tuned and we'll get straight into it. But yeah, hopefully something tickles your fancy out of the list I present to you. Before I start this one, tell me in the comments below your favourite album from the past week, what you've been listening to, and all that juicy stuff. So let's get on with it with the first album. So first up is Naxen, Toward the Tomb of Time. It's on Vendetta Records. Let's listen. From the opening guitar melody to this album, I knew it would hook me in. Very somber, very bleak. That guitar part instantly hooked me in, and I knew it was going to be a great ass album because there's like 4 songs and they're all like 10 minutes long. So I was like, that's a recipe for success for me. I love my long songs, I love my atmospheric songs, I love my black metal songs. This is a black metal album through and through, but it's dripping with atmosphere. It's also a debut, a fantastic one. There's so many good newer black metal bands emerging, and I can't believe how good quality fucking most of them are. You get a couple which are fucking awful, but this is definitely not one of them. This is definitely one which I loved from the past week, and I keep playing it. Long, atmospheric, moody, still got that shrieky vocals that you know and love, all in a nice tight package, and there's no bad song on this album. I mean, you got 4. They're all good. So next up, The Ghost Inside with the self-titled album on Epitaph Records. Let's listen. Is this what it is? Can I be myself ever again? The sights and sounds, the rise and the fall, and I'll play now with my life on pause. This is where it ends. So now we come to the bigger release on the list. This is probably the most mainstream one. A lot of people have already reviewed it, and it is a great fucking album. It's metalcore at its finest. Loads of great groovy sections, loads of great melodic sections. The singing is interesting. Each song has a punch to it. I wouldn't say it's as good as Bleed From Within's last week's, because I fucking adore that one. That was on my top 10 of May. But still a fantastic metalcore release nonetheless. And it's still one you should check out if you're into that kind of genre. Next up, Death Courier, Necrotic Verses, Transcending Obscurity Records. Let's listen. Now, from this album cover, I think you know what you're getting yourself in for. Yes, that's correct. Death metal. Death metal through and through. This is that kind of cavernous, evil, old school kind of vibey death metal, which you fucking know and love. Adore this kind of death metal. And this album is just fantastic. It's a great romp from start to finish. Each song just fucking slays. I mean, you got the fast as fuck drumming, like on the title track, Necrotic Verses. When it starts off with that drumming so intense, you're just kind of like, yeah, I know what I'm getting myself in for. I'm getting myself in for a fucking awesome time. And that's what it is. Vocals just exactly how you expect them to be, but crisp, clear, and also murky. It sounds like a kind of polar opposites, but no, you can hear them clearly, but it has that murky atmosphere which you like from this kind of death metal. And from the album, you know, it's going to be good. You can see that album, you can see the logo and be like, that's going to be a good death metal album. And lo and behold, it fucking is. Next up, Cirkeln. I'm not sure if I said that right, but Kingdoms That No One Remembers on Naxen Productions. Let's listen. Okay, we got some Tolkien-inspired black metal for you. Kind of atmospheric kind of storytelling on a lot of the songs. I mean, it opens up with the telling of the rings. You know, the rings given to the men, to the dwarves and all that shit. I fucking love anything like that. Lord of the Rings is my favourite films ever. You know, it's my favourite fucking franchise, my favourite films. So any Tolkien-inspired band, like this, like Summoning and like a lot of the other fucking bands, I love, and this is no different. I love the storytelling aspects of it. I love the singing. I love the black metal screaming. I love the atmosphere in some of these songs. It has everything you want in a Tolkien-inspired black metal band, and just the artwork is fun as well. No bad tracks on it. If you want a nerdy black metal time, then you could do no better. You could do no better. This album is fantastic and definitely worth your time, and one that I'm going to be playing a lot. Next up, we have the strange one I was talking about, and it is by Covet, and it's called Technicolor. It's on Triple Crown Records, so let's listen. This is a strange one. It is kind of math rock, but I fucking hate that word. To me, it sounds like prog, so I'm just gonna call it fucking prog because math rock sounds fucking stupid. The songs on it, like the melodies, the guitar passages, just the mood and everything, the atmosphere, it's amazing. I love albums like this. If you want something calm, if you want something serene, but also like interesting and unique, this is the album for you. Each guitar passage, you know, each musical segment is interesting and has flavour. And each song just keeps you interested and on your toes. I love all the songs in this album. I love the album as a whole, and this kind of genre of rock, I think, I can get into. Because to me, it just sounds like Porcupine Tree or Opeth or any of those prog bands. Just strip out the singing. The melodies, it sounds like it. It drifts me off. It's a good atmospheric album to listen to, and something a bit different, you know? We don't get a lot of these kind of albums. It's definitely unique. Definitely. And 100% one to check out. You might fucking hate it. You know? You might hate a lot of these albums, but give it a try, and maybe you'll get into it, because I did. And yeah, it's one of my albums I've been playing a lot, because it's just nice to listen to when you go to sleep. So finally, I've got the last album for you guys to check out, and it is my favourite. It's my favourite. I've been playing it a lot, and it's a split, which I do not know how to fucking say the name, so bear with me. The Ruins of Beverast / Almyrkvi. Almyrkvi? Sure. I mean, all the names are going to be in the description, so yeah. Don't mind my fucking awful pronunciation. But it's out independently, so even better. So let's give this a listen. Yeah, so this is a split album between both those bands that I mentioned. And it doesn't have the name of an album. It's literally just the two band names with a slash in it. But holy shit, I love it. It feels kind of like Metacognitum Spectral Law Split. Not quite as epic, but it's a similar kind of vein. Atmospheric black metal, which is my favourite. And just the atmosphere in here is through the fucking roof. The screams are through the roof. Each song has substance and stuff to bite onto. Each half, because the first two songs by the first band, the second two songs by the second band, each half has a kind of identity of its own, but they all blend together. Each song blends into each other. So it doesn't feel disjointed, like, oh, random bands putting a random song here. No, it all feels fucking cohesive. There is one complaint, though. The very first song has kind of a creaky door in it, or a creaky gate sound, for like a minute, but then it's fine, and it's like a 10-minute long song, so it's not too bad, but whenever it gets to that part, I'm kind of like, creaky gate, go away. But aside from that, fucking amazing album, and one that I keep playing, because, God, I love the atmosphere, I love the screams, I love the intensity, and then the third song on here, I think it's like 12 minutes, I think it's the longest one. At first I wasn't too sure on it, it was a bit too atmospheric, not too much going on, I don't even think there were screams in it, is kind of like chanty most of the way through, but you get kind of just lost in the music. And then after a while I was like, holy shit, this is an amazing song. No, this is an amazing song. So yeah, adore this release. Definitely one to check out for you atmospheric metalheads. And it's my favourite of the week, so yeah, give this one a fucking whirl. So those were just some of the albums that I loved from the previous week that came out. Let me know in the comments below your favourites from the week. Did you hate any from my list? Did you love any? And is there any new ones I should check out? Tell me in the comments below, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.